healing, salvation, and happiness. It's your season. It's your time. God has plans for your life to prosper you and to give you hope and a future. Join us and learn how God's love and power can bring hope and happiness to your life. This is your opportunity for motivation, encouragement, and purpose.
How would you like to improve your finances? Well, here's your opportunity. Get ready for Kingdom Concept Media, the show that's designed to inform, educate, and inspire you to become financially astute. Get in on the latest conversations with host, Minister Jimmy West, about credit, investments, real estate, insurance, and a slew of other great topics. Every week, you will get a dose of great guests, hot financial trends, and tips to keep you on the track of success. And this week is no different. So sit back, relax, and get ready for Kingdom Concept Media with your host, Minister Jimmy West.
Well, hello, everyone. This is your host, Minister Jimmy West of the Kingdom Concept Radio TV media show. And today we have our guest, Mr. Paul Medrano, the co-founder and founder of PHP Agency. And we just thank you for joining us today. And we hope that the information that we provide today will inform you. And again, we just want to just thank you. And again, our mission here is to help provide free education, with financial information, to help you, your families, and employee make sound decisions. So again, take it away, Mr. Medrano.
Jimmy, how are you?
I'm doing good, Mr. Medrano. How about yourself?
Awesome. Happy Friday. God bless everyone. Hope everyone's doing well. As Jimmy told you guys, my name is Paul Medrano, co-founder and co-owner of the PHP Agency. And today we're here to educate you a little bit about how we help families, especially in these difficult times. So before we move on, Jimmy, go ahead and take away with any questions. If not, Jimmy can tell them a little bit about myself. You tell me where you want to go from here, and we can start.
Well, go ahead and tell them a little bit about yourself, Mr. Medrano, and then we'll go into the questions.
Beautiful, Jimmy. With all due respect, I didn't want to interrupt you. But guys, let me tell you a little bit of myself. My name is Paul Medrano, co-founder, co-owner of the PHP Agency. We started our company back October 20th, 2009. I came from the mortgage and real estate industry. I was a broker for many years. Prior to that, I was in the fitness industry. I owned a gym. I was a bodybuilder. I was Mr. Universe in 1999. I graduated from that into the financial sector of real estate. I was a mortgage and real estate broker, did that for many years. But when the market fell in 2008, 2009, I had to make a decision, like many of Americans do today. And it's crazy. We're in 2020, 2022. We're still in that same aftermath of the pandemic. And I had to make a decision and decide, what was I going to do? Was I going to stay broke, busted, and disgusted, or was I going to pivot and make a move? Pivot and adjust to the times, to inflation, to political unrest, to racism, to the war in Ukraine that we're having right now, to everything that's going on in America. You guys, we're living in a different America today. So just like in 2008, many of you today have to make a decision on where you go, where your finances go, where your future goes, where your family goes. So back in 2008, 2009, being a mortgage and real estate broker, you guys, I had to make a choice. Like, okay, do I go get a job? What industry is coming up? What do I do? Well, back in those times, just like today, families were worried about one thing back then, their finances. Why? We had 750,000 people unemployed back then because of the mortgage and real estate industry. In 2020, we had 54 million people unemployed. We had a disease, an illness that we still don't have under control. We've lost over 1 million Americans, and we're still not on top of where we were. So just like back then, I had to make a choice, a decision on what I was going to do. And I chose a financial industry. One, because it's recession proof. Two, it's essential. Three, it's the highest paying industry in the world. But the biggest thing out of it all, you guys, which brings me great joy, is that we help families. We help families. Guys, you can make money doing anything in life, but the biggest gratitude I have in life, more than when I was in real estate, giving keys to someone, giving their keys to their home. I'll tell you what, you guys, when I got into this industry, prior to that, all I thought it was about is the American dream. What was the American dream? The American dream back then was what? Owning a home. That's not the American dream today. The American dream today, because of the job market being so low, because of finances, savings, retirement being so low, the American dream today is being an entrepreneur, being in control of your income, your family, your future, your life, your retirement. And that's what we're here to talk to you about today. So with that being said, I'll let Jimmy take it over and show you exactly how we help families today in America, you guys.
All right. Thank you again, Mr. Medrano. So we're going to begin with our first question. And since this month, September, is Insurance Awareness Month, the first question is, Mr. Medrano, what is Life Insurance Awareness Month all about?
Life Insurance Awareness Month, Jimmy, is about bringing awareness to the importance of life insurance. And I'll tell you why. Most people don't think about protecting their loved ones. And I love that because, it's funny. I'm always learning in this industry. And you taught me this, Jimmy. And I'm still very fond of it because I use it all the time. It's not life insurance. Let me tell you what it is. It's love insurance. You remember that, Jimmy, when you taught me that, when you told me that?
Yeah.
Who do you love? If you leave this earth today and you go with our Heavenly Father, who are you leaving behind? And are they financially prepared to take on that responsibility? The house, the kids, the future, the legacy, the business. Guys, there's so many different things, different obstacles that a family deals with when they're dealing with the loss of a loved one. And it's a hard thing. Guys, think about this. What's our darkest point in life? When we're losing someone we really care about. And guys, I'll be straight up with you. It's something we don't want to talk about. And Jimmy, especially you and I, we're both minorities. Minorities definitely do not want to talk about this, and this education, you guys, that we give families helps them proceed in life, helps them give generational wealth. One of the biggest things that I have a challenge with in America is there's no financial education. Jimmy, I have a college degree. I did it to please mom. And let me tell you, no one taught me about money in college. So my biggest thing is to help families today. So with that being said, Jimmy, that's why I'm very adamant about what we do. Okay.
All right. So ladies and gentlemen, we're getting ready to have a commercial break, and we will be back with you for the second part of this segment and right after the commercial. So thank you.
Attention ministry leaders. Have you ever considered growing your ministry with television? Well, the Daily Gospel Network could be what you've been looking for. As one of the nation's largest Christian broadcasting companies, the Daily Gospel Network broadcasts all over the world on popular streaming platforms like Roku, Amazon Fire, and Apple TV. If you're looking to grow and reach more people, the Daily Gospel Network could be your solution.
There's nothing better than being inspired and renewed daily by the power of God. In Morning Tea with the King, author Tish Barnhart shares inspiration through a 90-day devotional that will rejuvenate your mind with scripture and your body with daily suggested herbal teas. You'll begin to see that every experience brings about a different perspective on how to view the things that are happening in our lives as we continue on our journey. Available at Amazon, your local bookstore, or at Trilogy.tv.
Yo, camping buddy. Okay, you guys ready? Dude, I thought you were driving.
I thought you were driving.
Oh, I never said I was driving.
I definitely can't drive.
If you're high, just don't drive. It's illegal everywhere. If you feel different, you drive different.
Looking for fun, laughter, and the best show on television that supports historically black colleges and universities? Well, look no further. The HBCU Alumni House Party has got you covered. Hosted by none other than Anthony Brown. The HBCU Alumni House Party uplifts, talks about, and reports all things HBCU. Great guests, great subject matter, and lots of fun. You can find the HBCU Alumni House Party on the Daily Gospel Network at 6:30 p.m. on Sundays, the Daily Gospel Network International Tuesday at 10:30 a.m. Eastern, and the Daily Gospel Network Plus at 4:30 p.m. on Thursdays, all on Roku, Amazon Fire, and Apple TV.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we thank you. So we're going to get ready to start this second part of this segment. So, Mr. Medrano, my next question would be, how can this help, educators? Since we, school is starting back up and everything. So how can this, help educators?
I wish, Jimmy, and let me tell you, I sit down with a lot of professionals, Jimmy. I sit down with principals, with teachers, staff, higher ups, college, you name it, trade schools. And the biggest thing they always tell me is like, can you speak to my staff? Can you speak to my teachers? And that bamboozles me. And I'll tell you why, Jimmy, like, how in the world am I talking to a principal and their staff, which depends on them for retirement, doesn't know what's out there for them? Like financial education. And it's the biggest shortfall we have in the educational system today. Because I'm sure you can agree with me, Jimmy, the biggest thing that families worry about today, outside of losing their life and their loved ones, is their finances. Like, let's just be honest. If you ain't got finances, you ain't got air. Like, it causes a whole world of problems for families today. So one of the things that my dreams in life is to make it mandatory, not an elective, mandatory for the educational system to make students in the high school level and in the college level to take mandatory classes. And I'm not talking about economics. I'm talking about classes where students are studying, they're studying about financial education and how to save money. What is an IRA? What is an IUL? What is a 401k? What is a pension? And how those products actually work. So that's a big dream of mine, is to bring financial education to our peers, to our students, to our kids, and to make sure that in the future they have this available to them, because it's a big issue right now in America. And it's a biggest shortfall that we have in America, that we don't teach our students, we don't teach our families, we don't teach anyone about how money works. And this is why many families in America today are suffering, Jimmy, financially, because it starts at home. Let's be honest, Jimmy, it starts at home. And that's the biggest thing today that I think our educational system falls short of, is that they're not teaching this from the beginning. If we don't teach our kids to save money, to be fiscally responsible, they see all the media, they see the TV, they see the Yeezys, they see the Nike commercials, they see the Bentleys, the this, but we're not showing them how to get there. What are they doing? They're just thinking about spending money. And contrary to the old school ways of thinking, it was what? Saving. I used to always tell my dad when I was a kid, Jimmy, you would laugh. Dad, I want a limousine for my 16th birthday, for my 15th birthday. Son, you need to save your money. You know what I mean? But that's not what we're dealing with today. We're dealing with social media. We're dealing with commercials, with stars, and all they do is bling. They throw cash in the air. So all kids want to do today is spend. So that's the biggest thing I would like to implement in schools today.
Yeah, and I totally agree with you that Mr. Madrano. Matter of fact, just today I went and turned in some paperwork into a local high school here, to be able to actually come in and teach, the kids about financial literacy, because, we are not taught that, like you said, in high school. They don't teach it in college, and I definitely wasn't taught that in the military. And I would just say, if I had known some of the things that I know today, back then, I probably could have been a millionaire, right now. But because of a lack of knowledge, you don't know.
Jimmy, imagine if you had saved $10, $20, $25 every month since the age of 3 years old. How different would you be? And Jimmy, this is even bigger because I'll tell you, think about the neighborhoods that are not getting the help. We're both minorities, Jimmy. They definitely do not get this education. So one of my dreams is to bring it to the Black and brown population, to where those neighborhoods that don't get this education, don't get this help, it's not even on the Richter scale for them. They don't even think about it because it's never been mentioned to them. So that's one of my hopes and dreams in this crusade that we have with the PHP agency.
Yeah, I totally agree. So, Mr. Madrano, I have a third question would be, so how, can this help, parents, with their child, with their children education?
Tell me one more time, Jimmy. I didn't hear you. I'm sorry.
How can this help parents with their children education?
I love it, Jimmy. One of the things, and I'm a parent, my son just turned 9 years old 2 days ago. But let me tell you, as a parent, what was the old dream? I want to make sure my kid goes to school. My kid goes to college. Why? There's only one reason, Jimmy. When we leave this earth, we want to make sure our kids are better off than we came here. Yes or yes?
Almost definitely.
100%. And they think school's the answer. And in some cases it is. But let me tell you, Jimmy, today in America, we have 83% of college students that graduate college and don't have a job. They got $50,000 to $100,000 in debt from school, where they said, if I stick to the system, I go to school, and I'm one of them, I'll be set when I graduate. That's not the case today. I think the biggest thing we need to teach our kids today, number one, is how to save money, how to be frugally fiscal in every aspect. Like, how do we make sure we take care of our own family, number one. Number two, we need to teach them how to be on their own. Entrepreneurship teaches them that, because we got a lot of college students today. They got degrees, they got masters, they got PhDs, and they don't know what to do with it. They have no idea how to survive in the real world. And I'm sure you can agree with me today, Jimmy, it's not the same world today. It's not the same world today. So with that being said, Jimmy, I hope the college, the high school things get together and we help fix America today, because the curriculum needs to be fixed.
Yeah. I totally agree. And I'm with you. And that's the crusade, like I said, that we're on, to try to educate people so that they can have make sound decisions for them and their families. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're finna get ready to go to another commercial break. And after the commercial break, we will continue this segment. So we'll see you after the break.
Can't believe you're doing this alone. I've done it before. I remember you threw your back out. How you holding up?
Hand me that board.
Nothing wrong with getting help.
I'm good.
I did it when Felicia left.
I'll figure it out.
I know you will, but you don't have to do it alone. That's all I'm saying.
If I promise to look into it, will you drop it and help me build this fence?
Now you need my help.
It can be a real pain sometimes, you know that?
Mm-hmm.
If you or a veteran you know needs support, don't wait. Reach out. Find resources at va.gov/reach.
Regardless of where you are on your path to retirement, you can still take charge of your financial future today. Visit aceyourretirement.org and answer a few questions from Alvo, your friendly digital retirement coach. For free tips, resources, and advice, customized for your situation to help you feel confident and prepared for retirement. Retirement looks different for everyone. Make sure you're prepared for your financial future at aceyourretirement.org.
When I got the opportunity to get her, there wasn't no choice. I told myself, I'm gonna take custody of my daughter. It's my baby. That's what we're supposed to do as men, take care of our home, build a foundation, you know what I'm saying? Love, our money, she's my purpose. I'm here to walk with her, hold her hand until she can walk alone. Ain't nothing like being a father in this world.
The death of George Floyd, who died in police custody Monday night.
Turning my pain into purpose is pretty much what I have done to start this foundation. It's going to take more than just us, you know, as a foundation. It's going to take the community, the world, to help us make a change, because it just can't be us.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. So we're beginning to get ready to start the last part of the show. So, Mr. Medrano, another question that I have is, how can this help families when the breadwinner, is gone? Because a lot of time, we don't plan. Don't no one want to see their loved one, go and that kind of stuff. But yet and still, we still have to plan. So how can this help, families when that happens?
Wow, Jimmy, this is my biggest struggle in this industry, and I'll tell you why. Most families, most individuals do not want to talk about death. And there's only two things we can count on in life, and you know it. You're going to laugh. It's death and taxes. But I always tell people, when you go to the doctor and the doctor says, well, you got some issues, I got to put you on this medication. I don't want to take that. I don't want it on my record. And guess what the doctor tells you? You got kids? Yeah. You want to see your kids? Yeah. Then you got to take this medication. It's the same thing in our industry. And I'll tell you why. I tell families, it's very simple. You got kids. You got family. You love them. You want to see them in the street? You want to see them getting government help? Do you want to see them lose your house that you've been in for 20 years? Or do you want to pay a little bit to cover a lot? See, Jimmy, life insurance, and you've heard the term generational wealth. Most people don't know what it is. Right. You know why people create generational wealth? And it's typically our Caucasian community. Why? Because grandpa taught everyone else how to protect their family. And by the time grandpa dies, there's $15, $20 million worth of insurance. And guess what? All the grandkids, all the kids, they pay out their house, they buy a house, they start businesses. And guess what? Everyone does it for everyone else. Why? Because they taught them how to do it. That's one of my dreams, being a minority, is to teach black and brown to do this. Why? Because most of us, when we get money, what do? We buy rims, we buy Jordans, we buy a car, we go on vacation, we go to Vegas, but we don't take care of the thing that most hurts us the most, is what? Our family, our loved ones. And let me tell you, Jamie, I've been in the industry over 15 years now, and let me tell you, I've delivered 8 checks in my life. And the biggest thing that brings me gratitude, because we make good money, that's hands down, is giving a check, giving an envelope like this to say, guess what? Mommy, daddy took care of you. You don't have to pack up your toys. And that's the saddest thing that breaks my heart, Jimmy, is seeing people, seeing suffering, seeing kids. They don't understand. Having to pack up, sleep on grandma's floor because there was no protection in life, because no one taught them how to protect the ones they most love. You can have cars, you can have houses, you can have money. There's nothing more important than who? Your family. Because if you can't share that with them, What difference does it make being rich? Right, Jimmy? Everyone wants to be rich. But if you can't share it with anyone, what is it good having the house, the Bentley, the cars, the vacation? Imagine going to an exotic vacation, Jimmy, by yourself. What good is it? What good is it? So that to me, Jimmy, is the biggest thing, is protecting the ones you love. And that's why Life Insurance Awareness Month is so dear to my heart.
Yeah, and I totally agree, Mr. Medrano. I mean, yeah, we definitely, need someone like yourself, being able to teach people, the concept of how insurance works, how important it is, and who need it, because I always tell people, if you breathe, you need it, But with that being said, Mr. Medrano, in closing, do you have any thoughts, any comments, anything that you would like to add?
I do. And I'll tell you guys, I'll be the first to tell you, hands down, I never thought I would be in this industry. Never thought that I'd wake up one day and I'm going to be a life insurance broker. But let me tell you why I love it. Number one, I have nobility in what I do. I help people. Guys, you can make money doing anything. Selling drugs, selling cars, selling real estate, selling anything. But when you make that difference in a family's life, in your life, guess what, Jimmy? That pillow feels softer at night. You go to bed feeling good at night. And to me, that's how I want to live my life. That's how I want to live my life. So I want to make a difference. It's not all about making money. I want to make a difference and know that when I leave this earth and I go to our Heavenly Father, I did my job. That's what I want to know.
And I totally agree. So ladies and gentlemen, again, we thank you for tuning in today to the Kingdom Concept Media TV show. And I just want to thank you. And, if you got any questions, we can be reached at area code 229-999-6788. Again, that's area code 229-999-6788. Or you can reach us at kingdomconceptmedia@gmail.com or our Facebook page. So again, Mr. Medrano, we want to thank you for your time, and we're looking forward to more segment with you. So again, we will see you all on next week. Have a good night.
Thank you, guys. God bless. Bye.
Looking for inspiration, motivation, and the good news of Jesus Christ? Look no further. The Daily Gospel Network has what you need. With more than 300 ministries from all over the country broadcasting every week, you're sure to get your dose of spirit-filled encouragement from the great programs on the Daily Gospel Network. Catch the Daily Gospel Network on Roku, Amazon Fire, Apple TV, all mobile devices, and the internet.
We hope you enjoyed today's show. Kingdom Concept Media wants to inform, educate, and inspire you to reach your financial goals. Tune in next week for the latest conversations about credit, investments, real estate, insurance, and a slew of other great topics with host, Minister Jimmy West. And as always, we promise a dose of great guests, hot financial trends, and tips to keep you on the track of success. We look forward to seeing you next week. God bless.